The main way that I communicate with my pathological demand avoidance son is by giving neutral information and a lot of explanation. I explain as much as possible to him. I do my best not to ever ask him to do anything or tell him to do anything. Instead, I offer suggestions and reasons why I'm making those suggestions, and then let him know. Like, I often make it really clear that it's up to him to decide, and if he decides this way, these are the potential consequences. If he decides this other way, these are the potential consequences, but it's up to him. This is the part that I think is a little bit tricky for parents because it kind of goes against what we are told we're supposed to do. Really allowing them to make their own choices and live out the natural consequences of that. I think it's really important for us to step outside of the construct that we know best and we know what's best for them, and really allow them the space to explore and experiment and figure out what's best for them and learn about what the consequences of their actions are. An example might be, it's cold outside and I want my son to have his jacket. So I'll say, it's really cold outside. I'm going to grab my jacket. Maybe you want to grab yours too. Last time I was out, and then I'll give an example from my life, right? Last time I was outside and it was this temperature, I was really cold and I wish I had my jacket. So I'm going to make sure that I have my jacket now. And maybe you'd like to even I'll sometimes offer for him to feel outside and see how he feels, or to check in and be like, yeah, maybe I want to check in and see if that feels right for you. And if he decides not to have his jacket, and I might say something like, okay, yeah, maybe you don't want to wear your jacket. Maybe you want to just bring it with you just in case. And if he says no to that, I'm like, okay, cool. You know what? I think I'll bring your jacket just to have it in the car for whenever, and then, he'll have the experience of being cold, and maybe he decides hey, Mom, did you end up bringing my jacket? And I give it to him. And then the next time we are about to go outside, I'll remind him of that experience. If he doesn't, most of the time he remembers on his own, but if he doesn't remember, then I'll remind him. But again, giving him the full autonomy and permission to decide.